You're watching Steep in the Woods. I'm Josh.
I'm Celia.
And this is our daughter, Ivy. Here at Steep in the Woods, we are 100% off-grid. We live on a 14-acre mountaintop homestead nestled deep in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina. Here on Steep in the Woods, we do totally off-grid on a shoestring budget. You'll see no fancy stuff here. It's just making do with what you have and what you can figure out. Yup. Yeah. Y'all gotta see this. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome. And if you're a tough old root, then welcome back. Today is about turning logs into lumber. I'm not trying to get perfect lumber. We're just trying to build us our Appalachian workshop here with stuff we find off of the property. Like I say, I'm not trying to make fully dimensional lumber here, as in having 4 flat sides that are perfectly square. That doesn't matter to me. What I'm building doesn't need that. I just need 2 flat sides, you know. So what we're going to do is we're just going to eyeball this with our chainsaw. I do own a chainsaw mill. I didn't see the point in breaking it out. That's more of when we go to finish in the house. I want to do all the flooring and the walls and all that jazz out of lumber off our property that I sawed up using the chainsaw mill. But this, we're just trying to throw this thing together. I'm not building a workshop because I need one next year. I'm building one because I need one now. Anyway, here we go. Let's trim off one of these sides, man. Is that off? Nope. Come on, man. This here is a piece that we cut off. I'm a little bummed that it's not heavier than that. But I got to carry this another 50 feet. But yeah, that's what's been removed. I mean, it looks awfully pretty. Man might be able to use that for something. Is it structural? A little bit. And there's our beam. Right here. That's one flat side. The first one's always the hardest. This one is going to be a corner post. So I got to make me a right angle. That looks good. That looks really good to be freehand. I don't know if y'all can see the angle, but not like that. That'll work. That'll definitely work. Flip him over. I'm going to do the other side. Alright, there is the other side. So either way, there's that one. Near to our right angle post. Right here. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm telling you, I don't know why people need a sawmill for. I mean, I have one. I'm going to use it, but geez, if you just a little bit careful and pay attention just a tiny bit, make yourself a damn nice post here. Alright, I mean, hey, you can't buy quality like this. I mean, you know, pay a dude to go out there and do it by hand. That's an awful lot of money. So this is an expensive piece here. If you want to buy it from me, it wouldn't be cheap. Alright, now I want to remove the bark. The bark's going to fall off anyway, and we're going to treat these posts so they don't rot out on us, you know, here in the next few years. Going to char them, coat them with Appalachian red maple, and a whole bunch of other stuff to retain our effort for future generations, probably. So we need to take this bark off, because it's not, I mean, if you leave the bark on, you're charring. When you burn it, you won't actually be burning the post. You'll just be burning this dang bark that's going to jump ship first chance it gets. Beautiful. I will tell you one thing about this axe. It came razor sharp, and I've done nothing but make it sharper. Wonderful. I mean, a wonderful, you know, you pay that much money for it, you want a sharp blade, but it's a little scary when you get out of the box. I'm going to tell you, this Hultafors Ax right here, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I ain't no good with pronunciation apparently. It's one of my most prized possessions. I love this. This thing is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm not kidding you. I use it for everything. And just picking it up and coming up with an excuse to use it makes me happy. I love this thing. It is, God, it's wonderful. It came razor sharp, and I ain't done nothing but make it sharper. It did not come with this overstrike guard on it. I had to make that myself. I'm sure they sell them, but I didn't get one, so that's fine. I had some leather sitting around. I will say this, just because I'm talking about axes and sharp things, if you go off grid, get you a good knife. You're going to need it 10 or 12 times a day. I'm not kidding. I never used knives anywhere near as much before we moved here. Now I can't get enough of them. I would recommend you not get a pocket knife though. You need to get you a belt knife, fixed blade that goes on your belt. You also need to wear a belt, but get you a fixed blade knife, and every morning when you get up and you put on your pants, you put on your belt, you put that knife on, because you're going to need it 100 times on any given day. I don't care if it's sharpening pencils, cutting rope, anything. I'd recommend a good axe if you're going to be doing similar stuff. Everybody that goes off grid doesn't need a good axe, but they will need a good knife. I guarantee you. Now that we have our posts milled up, or at least some of them, there will be 12 posts in the walls of this build, along with many, many more in the roof of it. We're going to go with a living roof, so not only do we have to mill up all of our beams and our rafters, I also have to come up with some way to mill up wood for like the flat bits. Because my plan is to do a normal roof with flat boards on it, then take like a tarp or something, try to find a pond liner, the correct length for us, but there's none to be had at anything near a reasonable price. So we'll probably use a tarp or some plastic or something like that. We're going to do a living roof on this build, so there's a lot of lumber involved, because that's a lot of weight, especially come winter when it snows. So either way, now we make use of this trench that we dug in the middle of our build here, and we're just going to start a fire in it and lay the posts on. Now that the beam is charred to a point that I'm happy with, this is basically done. What I am going to do is not necessary at all, is I'm going to flip the beam over later. After this is cooled off enough to touch, I'm just going to dry it out just a little bit to help with the maneuvering of it, make it lighter, and make it that much more rot resistant along its length. But it will not be anywhere near as charred as the base. The base is the most important bit. Now this one's done, I'm going to roll him out and get another one. So there you go. That is everything you need to know about making your own posts and preserving them. In probably a later video, I will be putting some Appalachian red maple on them. I'll be flipping them over and just charring up the tops. But I think you've got the general gist. This is all you have to do to have a long-lasting post. You can always take things to the next level, but you have to know the basics. If you liked what you saw, hit that button. If you're new to the channel, hit that other button. If you want to help support the project, there are links below. Until next time here, Steve in the Woods.